You might look at the most expensive items in CS2 and think, dang, those must have been really good investments. But the funny thing is, the much cheaper boring skins in CS2 actually end up being way better performers most of the time. So you don't even have to spend a lot of money to make big profit nowadays, or even really ever. For comparison, we'll start with the Gut Knife Boreal Forest price trend since July 1st, 2023 to present day. It's gone from $50 to $73, and that might not seem like much, but that's a 46% increase, which is a ton. Now, let's compare it to the Karambit Doppler, which was $1,087 on July 1st, 2023, and is now $1,374. That's only a 24% increase. So how is something as garbage as a field-tested Gut Knife Boreal Forest performing better price-wise than a Karambit that's gotten 100 times better look in CS2? Well, the reasonings are pretty simple. Cheaper knives and knife skins often outperform the more expensive stuff from an investing standpoint, typically because you're going to have a much wider audience willing to buy a $50, $75 knife than something crazy expensive like a Karambit Doppler. But there are some exceptions to this. CS2 was officially announced on March 22nd, 2023, and of course, we initially saw that massive hype spike across the entire market. The gut knife from March 21st to the peak of the hype on April 15th went from $70 to $101, a 44% increase, while the Karambit Doppler during the same time span went from $893 to $1327, which is a 48% increase. So in this case, the Karambit Doppler did outperform the garbage gut knife. The reason for this is because skins like Dopplers did look a lot better, so there were way fewer sellers and way more buyers with Dopplers, fades, marble fades, all of that initially when the hype spike happened. To cash out instantly at 95% value, check out the sponsor Skin.Place. Skin.Place offers instant cash outs on CS2 skins at actually fair value. This site is pretty straightforward. Select the skins you want to sell, choose a payment method. They offer different cryptos, 3 different types of Euro transfers including SEPA, and just gift cards if you want that as well. For example, here's me cashing out a few different skins. The entire process only took me 7 minutes, and that's from sending the trade offer to receiving the Litecoin in my wallet. So be sure to check out Skin.Place, 3% deposit bonus with the link in the description. So during hype spikes, when a skin changes, it could typically outperform the cheaper stuff. Another really good example of this is Phase 2 Dopplers. All of them have blown up and pretty much outperformed everything because supply has stayed the exact same, but they look 100 times better in CS2. So those are some exceptions, but typically the way cheaper stuff is gonna outperform. And here's another example. Way cheaper skins that look good benefit a lot more. The Gut Knife Boreal Forest I use as an example is literally the worst knife you can imagine. Now, if we grab something decent like a Karambit Blue Steel and field tested, it's gone from $535 on November 16th, the lowest point after the hype spike ended, to $846 present day, a 56% increase. Compared with the Karambit Doppler, which went from $924 to $1374, which is only a 48% increase. So despite being the way better looking knife, when buying cheap investing knives, you want to kind of look for gems in the rough like Blue Steels, for example. They're not ridiculously good looking, but something your average player could see and be like, hey, that looks good enough to buy. It's relatively fairly priced, it's a decent clean skin, and skins like that tend to benefit the most. Way more than the expensive stuff typically. So yeah, keep your eyes out on cheap stuff. I always recommend looking at Cantry.dev, comparing the price charts there, see what's doing well, see what's getting bought up, because typically when something's getting bought up, it doesn't exactly slow down unless it gets nerfed for some reason. So keep an eye out on that. As always, check out Skin.Place to instantly sell your skins for 90% buff price at least. Link at the top of the description. But for now, see you guys in the next one. Peace.